You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hi, it's Sally. I'm here. I'm opening all the mics, and I just realized I sent Jerry Eston a bad phone number. So let me click my little boxes here, and then I'll go send him an email with the right phone number. And then we can get started, if that's okay with all.
Jack.
That you, Jackie?
This is Sally. I'm sorry.
Sally.
Yep.
You guys rock. I hope you know that.
Thanks. We try our best. Okay, sent mail. Written off USA. Okay. Reply all. make that phone number 916-469. What's the rest of it? Okay, that is on its way. And let me find my call board. There we go. Okay, we have. Oh, he found it because. Okay, Jerry, is that you on?
That's me.
Okay, I will change your name. I just sent you the right phone number. Obviously, you found it. Info. Do I? Huh. It doesn't. Oh, there it is. Okay. Jerry. Whoops. Okay. There you go. We now have Nikki, Jerry, Daniel, and Robert, and me. So, all right. I'm used to taking notes, but if I'm going to be on the board, then I'm going to have to ask somebody else to do that because I can't possibly do both. I was starting to work on the agenda, but I didn't get too far. That's on natgat2014.titanpad.com/17.
Getting it?
Okay.
Sally, I can take handwritten notes.
Okay. However, that's cool. As long as if you can email them to me when we're done, I'll toss them up on the pad.
That will probably not be until Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
That's okay.
That's fine. I'm just looking at this, and agenda 415 had nothing under it, so I don't know whether they were taking notes somewhere else. I always take notes on the agenda pad. I know some facilitators prefer to see the notes go somewhere else so they can keep reading down the agenda. So if that's happened, I don't know it. If anybody else does, that's cool. Let me know. Nikki, 5, you have a process point. I think your mic is open.
Oh, I think it was a mistake.
Okay.
I don't see anything on my end.
Your hand is now down.
I guess what I would say, I would ask, so I'm just going to send, when I finish with the notes, I will send them on the digest, the email digest.
To the media list? That's fine.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess let's start with check-ins. I'm Sally. I'm here in Paramus. Although I'm at a non-trained place, my parents are watching a Johnny Cash movie, and the Folsom Blues are here, so I got train whistles anyway. Anyway, check. Somebody, Nikki, you want to check in?
Nikki from Palm Springs. I think mostly on this call as I'm legally known, Elaine Claremont, longtime activist in LA. My 3 focuses for outreach and such is Code Pink drone action, fracking, and culture shift. Over. And whatever's needed.
Yep. Jerry?
Yes, Jerry Ashton here, New York City. Primarily involved with Occupy from pretty much from its beginnings, mostly as a chronicler, as a photographer, as a journalist. I write a blog about this on the Huffington Post, and I also do a radio program called 15 Minutes of Fact, which features people who are involved in activist activities. Check.
Cool. Daniel?
Hi, my name's Daniel Hong, from Portland, Oregon. Been a activist with Occupy since October 2011, and currently a freshman, college freshman. And just to note, I will only be here for about 30-40 minutes as I need to head out and do Marin's check.
Okay. And Robert?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
It's Bobby Cruz, Redding, California, admin at Twitter, Occupy Redding, California, and Occupy California Facebook pages. Check.
Okay. Now, can everybody see the Titan Pad agenda, or should we read it? And
I'm on mobile only.
Okay.
Read it off very slowly so I can capture it.
Okay. Well, who is that?
That's Jerry.
Jerry. Okay.
Or you can send me an email, one of the two.
I need it too.
Actually, I can. You know what I can do? I think I can take it. I'm going to try putting it on the dashboard. Will that help folks? Are you?
I don't have the dashboard.
I don't have the dashboard.
Okay, never mind. then I won't do that.
Just go down it, Sally.
Okay. Now the problem is, the reason I'm concerned about spending too much time on that is I just copied it from the last agenda, and I don't know what I mean. If this is done and I just don't know about it because I wasn't on the last call, then we don't need to spend time on it. So here's what I've got. The first item under media is the press release. Now, I did see an email suggesting that we had, the date that we had chosen of April 4th, we decided was no good because it was a Friday, and I don't know when anything happened after that. Then we have online activities development live stream. We have the program schedule confusion as to who is doing what. There are two groups working on this now. We have website content needed.
Website what?
Content needed.
Okay.
Now, are those all still active things as far as we all know?
From the Wednesday call, I believe they are still active, and if I recall correctly, the discussion was that people are just kind of taking it and running with Together We Rise.
Uh-huh.
And I just think we just continue to encourage that, like, the official press releases.
Right.
Who knows who's writing those?
Well, we've got some information on Titan Pad 48.
Okay.
But I don't know how current it is.
Well, I would say
there is a Rebel Mouse page.
Yeah. I would say anything from the Titan Pad would be the official one.
Right.
Okay.
But
I would think.
The deal is that there's things like there's a paragraph here that ends with list some of our confirmed speakers performers, such as this one is still blank with the dates, so nobody put the dates in here. Then we moved a news post, natgat planning underway, to Titan Pad 50. Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Charlie, can I jump in? I think
Absolutely.
if we could focus on this, I think it would really help the whole process with the Wednesday especially.
Uh-huh.
If we can, at least in this group, find a consensus for how to, quote, officialize something for the natgat 2014, meaning anything that's done on the Titan Pad is potential for official, maybe anything approved by the media subcommittee and the visioning group, that's passed by those two groups, become the official release. Don't know. I know that the Wednesday group was willing and kind of like going, please give the media subcommittee all the autonomy they want.
Right.
So that's my thoughts as to where we are in this process. But I do think if the media group really, anybody who wants to be a part of it wants to work on the Titan Pad, and then that's endorsed by whoever comes together on the calls, and then it goes to the visioning group, just in case there's, that's kind of the second catch. In case somebody missed a call and they really had an issue with it, there's another opportunity to catch it if they don't catch it on the Titan pad.
Right.
Over.
Okay. I'd like to consider that a temp chat. Oh, Julia, welcome. Did you want to check in? Oh, wait, I'd have to turn your mic on. I'm sorry. Now you may check in. Go.
Okay. We have Lumina up, and there's a number of JPEGs up there. By no means were those polished. They can be polished up. I'd need one of the graphics from the Phoenix in my files to be able to make it polished. And for the press release, I think that it also needs to go over to Lumina to be voted on. The phone calls are great, but they knocked me offline, and for me not to be offline, it cost me $10 for an hour. So that they're great, and I do try to make them, but they do knock me offline, and it's nicer to be able to vote at my convenience. So Lumina should definitely be linked with the Titan pads. I know that it was said in the quite some time ago, to my knowledge, that the media group did have anonymity, and it just needs to be done. I saw a spreadsheet somewhere where they were looking for content, and nobody had signed up. So I was trying to find it again so I could at least do that. I try to always go where the most help is needed, and the media outreach is really lacking some names. And there's a lady named Patricia who I just friended not too long ago that was needing some help with Twitter. I have a paid buffer account that allows me to put one other person on there. And the buffer account allows to schedule tweets during prime time and to see when your followers are on. And you can schedule them for the best times. This is across Facebook, Buffer, all of them, Twitter, and overall media. So that's good, and I hope she gets back with me. I don't know if she's online right now.
No, she's not.
Or on the telephone. On the telephone.
Nope.
Okay.
No. Currently, we have myself, Nikki, Jerry, Daniel, Bobby, and you. I'm Sally.
Okay.
Check.
Okay, Bobby, and Daniel, and Nicholas. Anyway, so I think the Lumina needs to be used for voting, and that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Julia?
Yeah.
Can I ask what Lumina is?
Lumina is this wonderful, great new tool.
Okay.
It's an online voting device that allows us to also upload JPEGs and docs. So it's spelled LOOMIO.com, I think. And go there, sign up, and ask to join any of the groups. And you will get to have the fun of being a full participant and voting. You can not sign up and just read, but I see no reason not to sign up. There's nothing there technical-wise that would be a compromise, save anything like Heartbleed. But technically, of course, do not use your password that you would use in important places. Generally, there's nothing being discussed there that would compromise anyone's security as long as you're not putting your, strange passwords. So it's a great tool, and it kind of condenses everything. I think one of the key points here is just utilizing and leveraging the tools we already have. I was against Lumina mainly because when I first signed on, it seemed like it was kind of scattered, and staying with the tools and this kind of combines everybody to one spot. Somebody press the button.
I put myself on stack, so.
Okay.
That?
Clear.
Okay. Yeah, I agree that Lumio is a great thing and we should be using it. However, in my opinion and some others, it should be the preliminary and the calls should be the final decider, simply because we can talk to each other live and hear each other's voices, and that's a really cool thing. So, and, you know, we can schedule votes on the call to happen at a particular time so that people don't have to get on for the 2 full hours or something, but you know, there's something to be able to actually talking to somebody in real time and hearing a voice and an inflection that doesn't come through on Lumio. Although, granted, being able to, you know, not deal with time zones is an advantage. So there are advantages to both, and I don't think I personally don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. I like to keep the both ends rather than the either ors. Check. Any other comments?
I would just comment that if we had a voting, like a telephone decision with voting together, I think that is a very effective way.
Okay.
I think so too. I'm
going to try and put together a proposal here. I propose that for the press release, we work on the Titan Pad, put it up on Lumio with an end date of, say, the Tuesday before the call, and then get final approval on the call, except then it goes out Thursday, which we want it to go out Tuesday. So much for my proposal. Check.
Well, let's work with it.
Well, I think that somebody was supposed to email me an app that I could actually be online and talk to y'all at the same time. I haven't gotten it. I'll go look for it.
I'm going to email Cal right now because
y'all could be working on the you know, spending this 2 hours working on that press release, polishing it up right now. If we all could be online and talking at the same time, that's one of the reasons. Kind of why video conferences are so cool, but I understand wanting to you know, have this phone connection too. But we could be spending this 2 hours, you know, working on polishing that press release. It can't be that far off. But it needs dates and just it'd probably be done in less than a half hour. So
absolutely.
Okay, well,
I can't look at it while I'm online, but I mean while I'm on the phone. But I'm sure it's pretty close.
Okay. Are people cool with spending some time reading that and doing some wordsmithing, even vocally?
Sally?
Yeah.
At this point, I agree with Julia to some degree, but on a fundamental level, I think if we can get to your proposal and get a process, and then maybe the last 30 minutes on the actual content, I think the process is very critical that we bring that to the Wednesday meeting.
Okay. Is any objections to that? Waiting a few seconds for objections.
God bless you.
Press 3 if you have an objection or state it. Okay, so it looks like we're working on process. Okay. Let's
Sally,
frame this.
the one thing that you were concerned about with your proposal was the timing of it. Julia, my question for you is, how much time do you think for a Lumio vote is appropriate? How many days?
For something like this, I think that with Lumia being open 24 hours a day, that persons should be able to go on there at their leisure and go do it. I think that just a few days on something pressing and moving on, a press release is what it is. It's one of many, and there needs to be about 10 different ones, in my opinion. You just can't have too many. I've already got up the donate buttons that they needed. I'll be honest with you, I don't like them. I honestly did them just to have a little bit of fun on a Friday night. I think it was Friday. Anyway, but that's fine if they go with them.
I like that concept.
I don't think. Thank you. I think that just a few days would be fine. With Lumina being open 24 hours a day, I can't stress this, with Lumina being open 24 hours a day and not a jumble mess in your inbox, just going there and seeing what you have it checked in on, I think people can make it there and do it and get it done and not take up much of their time.
How many days before the Wednesday meeting do you think they should be allowed to vote?
4.
Or how many?
Again, 4. So that'd be 48 hours. That would be 4 days.
8 hours?
Oh. So, Daniel, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to like that.
Oh,
and,
yeah, right. Sorry, that's the 2 one.
Okay. But I do want to say as him here right now, I am definitely up for as kind of getting back into organizing with you guys. I would like to work on the press release and be led in any way or directed. Check.
Okay, that's a 2 on that. Thank you.
Can I make a suggestion there?
Yes.
This is my suggestion, Daniel. Julia, if I'm not mistaken, you said you did 10 press releases on Lumia, and we need to get them on TitanPad?
No.
No. I don't think that 10 press releases would be too much. I can probably tape our press release that's there. If I remember right, it was over 200 words. I could probably take it there and cut it down into various different press releases for different types of organizations. I mean, if you're sending something to a radio, you sure don't want anything longer than 30 seconds or longer than 10 seconds. If you're sending something to a entertainment news rag or something like that, you don't want it something that's poppy and jazzy. You don't want a whole long thing that requires much brain thought, because most of those folks don't anyway. So you want to kind of keep them up and going. And so if you're sending it to a news kind of guy and educational, that requires more verbiage and dullness. And so, yeah, I mean, just flipping that around and making 10 different ones that says the same thing isn't difficult.
Right. I appreciate that. My question was, with Sally's proposal, sourcing everything on Titan and then moving it to Lumia that direction, it sounded to me that you did all your creation on Lumio.
But that was just an accident.
I know. What I was going to suggest is Daniel.
Drinking.
I know. If Daniel had time to help, that he can help you move the ones on Lumio into the Titan pad so that those can be
checked. Hold on a minute. What's on Lumio, to my knowledge, are graphics that you did. Right. They don't need to be on the Titan pad.
Okay, copy
that. What we want to do is we all want to work on Titan pad 50, where I just put up categories: radio, entertainment, academic, alternative media, and mainstream media, like that last one. And
I can't wait to go look at it.
Let me put progressive instead of alternative, because we're not an alternative. We are the one. But other than that,
Jack on that.
That is a place, if we can work on that between now and, say, let's see, this is Saturday. If we can get something up there by, say, Monday at noon, and then transfer it over to Lumia by Monday at 8, also get up here by Monday at 5. You transfer it to Lumia Monday by 8. That gives people 48 hours before the call to have read it, voted on it there, and then take the vote to the call.
Sally, clarify deadline for the Titan?
Monday at 5. That's short. And we probably won't get all of them done. But if we can get one done to see if this works.
That's one more that's not done now.
There you go. And I guess what I'll do is I will take the text that we have and put it under academic, because that's the one that's going to want the wordiest, and we can play with it from there.
I should be able to get some work on it. Keep in mind, I'm going through a very hostile situation here. I'm battling some craziness and trying to help a small town get rid of a nuisance property. So I don't know what's coming up in the days ahead. I don't know whether. I'm always homeless. I live in my offices. My offices are my homes. I'm always homeless, so that's not the big deal. It's just moving my offices from a 2,000 square foot dwelling to a 12-foot trailer. But God, oh my God. Anyway, the point being is I could get distracted this week or next week, though it's not planned. The judges did kind of step in and told me tactical maneuvering in the court system that would probably keep her at bay and keep her busy till they can figure out how to spank her. So, anyway, check. Sorry about that.
Julia?
Yeah.
With that notation, I would ask you, is there any area of particular concern you have with media that you want us to consider if we can't get a hold of you to wait for you?
Only if you need me. But I put my phone numbers up that there's one of them that always gets through to me, but it's recorded. No, the press releases should go. It's. I don't think so. I put up on Lumina the color codes that somebody asked. There's another chart that I didn't put up. I was like, well, I don't want to flood these folks with information, but there's another chart that lists all the very different medias to present to that we have to put up. If I really can't think of anything, I'll look at the press release, and it's. I should be able to find some time. It's just that I might not be as. You might see me at 4.
Yep.
Who knows?
Okay, Daniel has a one-up. He would like to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am just confused on what TitanPad 50 exactly is. Weekly Newswire post. That's very ambiguous. Check.
Yes, that's it. It says Weekly Newswire posts. So you're thinking that's not the one we should be using. Go back to 48.
I just don't understand what this is. Check.
Okay. All right. Under week of 324, it said weekly press release, which was crossed out, and Newswire post suggestion posted on the 23rd of March. natgat planning underway, a working group of occupiers with all the information. It was posted actually to interoccupy on 324. So this is what I have now is the press release that I copied from pad 48 to put here because I don't know any better and I'm doing too many things at once, which might be a good thing to put out for this week's Newswire. We haven't had one in a while.
No, I'm okay. You're not. I'm not understanding you.
I'm not either, obviously. So.
Okay, so is this simply a place where people can write different versions of press releases for certain media outlets?
That's what 48 was, I think, and it was so confusing to me that I grabbed this one, which looked emptier, and put it here so we could see a single thing. However, that may have been a bad choice because it was made on the fly and right now. So
Titan pads are confusing at times. They really are.
I find them very useful for certain things, but if you haven't been on one in a while and you hop on it and there's been a lot of changes, you're right, that can get, or if there are too many versions of one. Yeah, I mean, I understand why folks say don't, take out other people's stuff and put notes at the bottom, but that to me is what can be confusing. I love, working with track changes that I can see everybody's changes and accept and reject and whatever, and Titan Pad doesn't work quite that way.
Right.
Although if people do put additions in color, and if they strike through instead of delete, that's probably the best thing to do. If you don't like something, strike through it and put your initials. If you add something, your color will be seen. And
you know what would be so useful here is I use Adobe, or I used Adobe on one project. It was what was it? It was Adobe Stage or something like that, and all of those changes were just right there, noted on the side. It was so
yeah,
awesome.
but who owns that many expensive Adobe projects?
Forget
it. I mean, I own InDesign, but I don't do anything in InDesign because nobody else can. Oh, I got a hand up. Hold on. Daniel.
I didn't get to keep it.
Okay,
Daniel,
so,
go ahead.
So, yeah, I'm still very confused about this weekly news write reports. Like, if I want to create drafts for press releases, which I say I will do and want to, which Titan Pad am I going to? 48 or 50? Check.
I have a proposal. Seeing how we're media, we're going to need scratch pads, kinda. Maybe we should create a Titan Pad to do our work on, and then present it to the group from our own pads. And
we have. Let me open up the table of contents because we have some media outreach Titan Pads. We have the NG3 Media Working Group main pad and media links. We have the media group agenda, and we have the image and meme dump. And then under outreach, we have the outreach working group main pad and an empty tweets pad.
Yeah, we need some tweets on there. Because I can load those tweets right up into Buffer, and that almost becomes an automated situation.
All right, that is number 40. Titan Pad 40 is our tweets pad. So go for it.
But back to what's the thing.
We can create another scratch pad if we want to do that, rather than.
That's what I was thinking for him. If he wants to create, and do his work in another place, and then come over and cut and paste it there when he's through, that might make him feel better than to doodle on the pads. They're not super official. I mean, well, they are, but they aren't.
Or, if you're working individually, you can certainly work offline, and when you're done, pop it onto the Titan Pad. It's when you're collaborating you need to. And Daniel would like to speak again, so go for it, Daniel.
Yeah, so, what?
And save.
Okay.
Save your pads, but that's okay. I come around and save everybody's pads for them.
Okay.
Okay, so anyways, what I'm just going to do, I am not in support of creating a new pad. That's just more bureaucracy.
Sure.
I'm going to just write on Titan Pads 48 and copy them on 50 as well. Okay, so we'll just have 2 places.
I'd rather stick to one if we can. Just keep it on 48.
Just keep it on 48? Okay,
Yeah.
then I'll keep it on 48.
Yeah. Is that okay with everybody? Rather than, because I'm concerned if we put something in two places that it gets changed once and not the other.
Okay. Can you give the URL?
Right.
Sure, it's natgat2014.titanpad.com/48. Okay, so Daniel, is that cool? Are you okay with that? And
I am fine with that.
Okay.
Can you write us 100 tweets over the next 2 weeks, Daniel?
100?
Yeah.
Well, start with 30.
I would not say, well, okay. I wouldn't think that 100 would be necessary.
100 times 140, that would be 140,000 characters, wouldn't it? That was a book. You ready to write a book for us?
I think it's 10,400, but okay, it's a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not good at math. Okay. I'm sorry about that.
Wait, one last thing.
Yes.
One last thing. Yeah, if we decided that it's easiest to leave press releases at one pad, can we please clean up the Titan Pad 50? Because I just don't see it necessary to have what we just wrote on another pad when it's already pre-existing. Check.
Okay. Yep.
Was that a yes,
Because
Sally?
That's a yes.
Agree.
That's what I just said. Two different things, and let's be consistent. We're moving it off 50 because it already exists on another pad. We don't need it twice. Check.
Check.
Woohoo!
For our
right.
line dump, I will try to. Sorry. For our mime dump, I will try to upload to my online my Picasa album all my mimes that I've collected. It might be easier just. I'll try to upload them there and get the link over and open that to the public. They'll need some editing, so most editing that needs to be done can be done on Picasa. Basically, just clipping off the 9-gag, or fixing the 9-gag where you don't see it. Go ahead.
What's Picasa? Sorry.
Oh, Picasa is a very simple to use interface for editing photographs.
Okay.
For my more complex, I use paint.net, but Picasa is a Google product, and it's very easy to use. It's right up there. I'll provide the link over on the pad, so you can just go there.
Okay. Yeah, you probably want to put that on our image and meme dump, Titan Pad number 24. Okay. All right, so what else? It is now 3:11. What else do we want to do with our time?
Sally, did we formalize the process? And
we did. Actually, I guess we should take a formal temp check consensus vote, if you will, on that. The proposal is to work on to prepare material for Titan Pad by Monday at 5, to post it to Lumio by Monday at 8, so that people can vote before the call, and then a final vote on the call, which is Wednesday at 6:30. Okay, so we're cheating them of a couple of hours. Okay. Monday, Titan Pad by 4. Monday, Lumio by 6:30. 24 hours, 48 hours to the call on Wednesday. Voting on Lumio and on the call. All in favor 2. All opposed 3. Stand aside 4. Okay, unanimous, 5 2s.
Right
call
on.
Call it a process.
Sally, just one clarification that I included in notes is on Titan Pad 48.
Okay. Well, for the press release, yeah.
Yes.
If it were for a graphic, it would be a different pad.
Okay, copy that. Okay, I understand now.
Yep.
Okay, so that's a clarification.
Ideally, this is like a thing that we can bring to the call and say, hey, let's all the working groups deal with it this way.
Got it.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Okay, hands are down. Okay, now I had sent to the main list a report from our social media world, which now I don't see. Here's 2 things. I can't find that right now. What I did find is I found the suggested boilerplate text for outreach. I think that was there was a request for that a while back, and it's too vague. It doesn't. Well, anyway, what I have is okay. Do you want me to read that? should we go into that discussion? Should I go find whatever Klutz or Clunk or whatever sent us the media report back as to how our tweets have increased or decreased or what have you, and should we discuss that? Or does somebody else have another idea? So let me find there it is. Daniel, go ahead. What would you like us to do?
I need to go. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for being with us. We're sorry to lose you.
Yes.
And look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, and I'm going to write press releases. Check.
Thank you.
Yay.
Wonderful. Bravo. And Nikki, you have something to say.
Just checking back on the notes. I think the dialogue on language would be appropriate because Julia and others, we were going to go back to working on the language of the press release, I think, a little bit. So maybe where the boilerplate for outreach and the press release come together.
Okay. So let me read you the few sentences I have here. And there was one person on the list who liked it a while back. I don't remember who that was. Anyway, it says, natgat is a participant-driven event. The planning committee is working to create a safe and welcoming space, looking for camping sites and finding sources for food. If you are interested in a Skillshare, workshop, or teach-in, please let us know what facilities you need. I guess if you're interested in presenting. Please let us know what facilities you need, send us details, and start fundraising. We will support your efforts to get here and to share your knowledge. Now, of course, we need to say, and here's how to contact us.
Do y'all have a contact phone number yet, or how is that working out? How are we being contacted?
natgat2014@interoccupy.net.
So no phone yet.
I don't know about a phone. Not to my knowledge. Does anyone here know about a phone?
Usually what I ask. I didn't mean to insinuate that we needed a phone. I just didn't know how people were contacting.
Yeah, Nikki, you have something to say on that?
I would just no. I think that was from earlier. Sorry.
Okay, sorry. You're right. It probably was, and my 5 was the function of I don't know what. So okay. Okay. So yes.
Do we have a website yet?
We have. What do we have on the web? We have the salsa page that Jackie just sent the link to recently. because I was there.
Do we have like natgat?
So we do have there's closing 24 hours is a big question of climate. Contact. Here, image sent to the list was image wording for new donation page, and there's a Salsa Lab page that's please make your tax deductible donation. It's on interoccupy.net. It's obviously run through Salsa Labs, and it's a long, complex. But basically, it's the donation page, and it has some recent comments, including from Lumio. Yeah. So it's a basic graphic. The text says, please make your tax-deductible donation to the Occupy. We're taking out International Gathering. The Occupy National Gathering, like all Occupy events, strives to be free and provide mutual aid for essentials like food, water, sanitation, housing, transport, media, and support. All services are provided free by volunteer teams and participants. Donations to defray unavoidable costs accepted through our fiscal sponsor, AFGJ. These unavoidable costs are piling up. To donate by check, boom, and it gives you the one-time or recurring contribution form to fill in. But I think there's also a regular.
I'll go look when I get back online.
Yeah.
I'll look and see if natgat.
Yeah, here at natgat 2014. Yes, we have interoccupy.net/natgat 2014, and it's got our big Phoenix graphic as the main thing. It's got some text with links before that. It's time to organize and make our voices heard. Together we rise. We've started organizing. It gives us the email address, the link to the planning call, which needs its time changed, to subscribe to the mailing list, and volunteer, link to the form. And contact us. We've got a link to the Occupy Sacramento website, Project 7 Generation, I'm reading in very strange order, Hugs, natgat 2014 on YouTube, and Help Plan, which the Help Plan also is a page in the bulletin, which is it has all the subscription links to all the various mailing lists. It's got the graphic of a whole circle of people weaving together, and like that there. So yeah, you can, once you're on one of the pages, you can flip back and forth among them easily. Check.
Hello?
Yes.
There's also 3 direct links on the Titan Pad too, to natgat2014.net.org and hold on, I lost it.
Well, are we using WordPress or are we using another code?
Well, all the interoccupy stuff is on interoccupy. The others, I'm looking for the links on the table of contents page.
Under social media links, NG3 media links, TitanPad.com too. There's 3 pages listed.
Okay, cool.
Workcom and Net. All direct links to the interoccupy page. Check.
Got it. All right, it's got the registration link, the agenda and the call notes, current proposals, media links, websites, right.
All right, this is the main
Please go to our Hub Now website later, I see, yeah. Okay.
Right, yeah, any links that need to be added for new pages or new groups should be listed on the TitanPad too. So if
and
either link
one
or
of the,
add it, check.
Yeah, one of the big ones that should get added, obviously, is Lumio. So, okay. Now I've lost my conductor link. Where am I? Totally lost my conductor link.
The TitanPad 3 is straight social media.
Okay.
Yeah, if you all go through your Titan pages one by one and check them out, you'll find that a lot of stuff that you're asking about might actually be linked through one of the pads.
Right.
I've talked through 1 through 50 myself, regularly.
And there's another somewhere where they were asking for things too. So
there is a Titan pad number 46 is a table of contents, which has them all both at the top broken down by group and subject, and underneath in numerical order. And we are working on getting the titles next to that numerical order, so that whichever way works for people, they can find it.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah,
there's a title.
We do our best.
There's a pretty good title page somewhere, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I
46.
can't be online when I'm talking on the phone, so I'm at a loss. I'm sorry.
Understood. Yeah.
Back.
I do get how frustrating that must be. Okay, Nikki, is that a current one?
Yes, it is.
Okay, go ahead.
Julia kind of started talking about it a little bit, I think. And for us blondes, we like www.occupynationalgatherings2014.com rather than, something that simple. Do we have that yet? And bear in mind, it can all just link over to wherever it's already located. But for the average human being, I also don't like I do hope there is a cover page, because I do not want the very first thing that's there is please give us money.
I went directly to that because I knew that was there, and that was the easiest link I found.
Right.
That's what I had. That doesn't mean that most people would do that for sure, no.
But a simple website address with redirection to where things are located rather than having extraordinarily long URLs.
Yeah.
Okay, if I do a search for Occupy Wall Street Gathering or Occupy National Gathering 2014, let's see what comes up, if anything. The Facebook page comes up first, then Occupy Commons, then interoccupy, which is interoccupy.net/natgat2014. Then we've got an article in Yes Magazine. Then we have globalhomeless.com article, August 7th to 10th. We better tell them the date's changed. Somebody wrote on Thirsty Fish. Oh, no, that's Philadelphia. We're off into other. OccuWorld has an article with the correct dates from March 29th. We have a press release from Revolution News. Oh, that was that was 2013. Oops. That's how far we go before we get down into Kalamazoo. Okay. So that search was done on DuckDuckGo.
On Yahoo, the first thing that comes up is interoccupy.net natgat 2014, then Twitter natgat 2014, then it goes on to help plan natgat 2014, and that's all I get. I get a bunch of NTS stuff after that.
All right. Well, so the good news, I think, is that it's easy to find us just by searching.
Yeah, hashtags work.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess so. Do they work everywhere or just on Twitter?
No, well, hashtags Facebook. Is just how you search.
On a regular search engine or just in Twitter?
It's just a search locator indicator.
Okay. You see how much I know.
Mostly social sites. It's not working on Yahoo with a hashtag.
Well, no, you probably wouldn't put in the hashtag, but the hashtag concept is just a search indicator. And so if you can put in natgat14 and get to where you're trying to get to, and we don't have to worry about a simple URL.
Right.
Okay. When I put natgat2014 into DuckDuckGo, I get natgat2014.org and .net first. I don't know if they're valid. Then I have Want to Help Organize from Rebel Mouse. Then I have interoccupy.net, natgat2014, and then the table of contents for the Titan pads. So that's pretty cool. I guess I'll start using hashtags to search in my search engines.
natgat20.
That was good, huh?
Sorry.
I thought it was only a Twitter thing. Shows you what I know.
natgat2014.org, .net, and .com are all valid and linked to interoccupy.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, great. natgat2014.org.
Yep.
Com or net.
Are all linked to interoccupy. And who is this speaking?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Bobby.
Bobby, that's what I thought. Just double checking.
Yeah. I've already clicked on all those links to make sure they go to interoccupy.
Okay.
Right on.
Cool.
Excellent. Yay us.
Are you a technician, Bobby?
I'm what's known as a browser technician. You know the homeless hacker. I'm kind of akin to that. I can do anything through a browser pretty much that's open.
Okay.
I was just wondered. I don't understand it all, but I'm smiling and all things are moving forward, so that's good.
Yep.
I'm also running the Facebook Occupy California main page, one of the 4 admins. So if anybody needs anything posted throughout the state of California, I'm your guy.
Beautiful.
Right on.
And we will certainly be taking you up on that for sure. That's awesome.
Yep. Anybody want my personal number?
Yes.
Okay, ready?
I'll put it on the contact page.
I'm just going to say it out loud.
You want it on the public contact page? Are you cool with that?
Not my phone number. No, I'm giving out my personal phone number so you can contact me.
Us here. Got it.
Right. Okay. 530-710-5346.
Okay.
And that way, if I'm out and something needs to be posted immediately, my Android will contact me.
Cool. All right.
Gotta love Android.
Gotta love them, man. Gotta have at least 3.
Oh, don't tell me that. I only have one.
I do need another one. I do need another Android. It's true.
I got 5 phones on my account, and I'm running a HP Envy touchscreen monster.
I don't even know what that is.
Do you have any of your cell phones as your server yet?
I don't bother. My laptop is a 4-stack i7. It's running a 240 gigabyte SSD hard drive external. I can run through a couple VPNs and boost no fingerprint all the way across the net.
Oh,
sounds awesome.
I'm anonymous.
like that. I'm so tagged that
so what's next up for us here?
Jack.
Language, I guess. I don't know.
Suppose that we
get back to our pad.
Call it a wrap, and go work on the pads for a little while.
Okay.
Second the motion.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
Work on the tabs.
Okay. So I will see you all on the pads shortly.
Announcements?
Okay. Announcements, anyone? I'm not on my...
Oh, you have something else, Sally?
No, I kind of copied a whole bunch of crap into the, into the agenda page because I didn't know what the heck was going on. But if we've got something, online activities development live stream that was put on there by somebody. I don't even know what we're supposed to be doing with it at this point. I don't think we can resolve the program schedule confusion.
Guess what I'm working on is here in Southern California, how that would come into play. I'm trying to get together San Diego, LA, the Oxnard to San Francisco, and out here in Coachella Valley, Joshua Tree. And I want to get together at least, dates that we can have exchange with the active occupies, and like a little tour with everybody coming in from like LA and San Diego coming out here to Coachella Valley and LA going to San Diego and Coachella Valley going to LA, that kind of thing,
right.
During the months leading up to it.
Cool. Like the caravan kind of deal, where you just keep building as you go. Awesome.
Yes. Exactly.
Over on the Lumina pads, there was talk about a banner.
Yeah, I had this crazy idea that, like, we were talking about, getting statements and so forth. What if we had something that we could actually drive around, pass around, mail around from Occupy to Occupy, ending at Sacramento with everybody's stuff on it for our opening GA? I have no idea how to make that happen.
I can make that happen. How many feet would you like that banner to be? It's already 6 foot. I think it's 6 foot wide. How many feet do you want it to be? It can be all the way up to 100 foot. I mean, it can be all the way up to your whole imagination.
I don't know what's
if
practical.
We can build a giant tent out of it.
Yeah. Maybe we send pieces of it to various regions and bring it back together to form the tent, because there's a certain practicality of how big you can lug across the country.
Yeah, double-sided banner where one side says one thing for the region it's coming from, and the other side is a piece to the puzzle that comes together to build a big teepee. That would be cool.
Whoa, love it.
We could do that. I have the material. What I need is an address for this to go to, so I can get it from here to there and get that started, or go into wherever.
Okay,
I don't think that I'm going to be able to take this material with me. I honestly just don't think I'm going to be able to. I haven't quite figured out that logistics yet.
Are you talking about
if I do,
where do you want to get it to? I'm in Redding, California.
Well, I'm in Georgia, and I have 2 bolts these are not bolts. These are rolls of material, a couple of tons that I use for my artistic work. And so they can be as long as you need. There's both 6 foot wide. One is red and of a nice kind of silky material, and the other is navy blue and canvas.
And with the symbolism of red and blue politically in this country, that's perfect. We're bringing them together and uniting them as a 99%.
If you're gonna build a canopy that forms into a tent coming from different regions, you might want to get together with the carpooling section of us and see where carpools are starting, and maybe the different sections can actually be sent to the different locations where the carpools will start.
Yes.
How's that for an idea?
That's a great idea.
I tell you what, I will try to save this material from this nightmare that's coming about down here.
I do have an address in Redding, California, where I can store it.
Yeah, see, I live really remote. I'm in Georgia.
Yeah. Right.
And
I'm 2 hours from Sac.
Yeah, so I don't know about shipping it there.
Right.
I definitely need, there'd have to be some funds for that. I mean, I know how to ship. I can ship almost anything. I just have never, ever thought about shipping a couple of tons of material.
Yeah.
The bolts are 6 foot long and at least a foot in diameter.
Okay, here's how long do we have to figure this out? Can we bring to Wednesday night's call a proposal to, goddamn it, form another working group to figure logistics on this and get it moving and keep it moving?
Well, if the stuff can be gotten money for, it can be stored at my private home.
Okay.
Sally, I thought we already had a subcommittee working on the caravans, which I would imagine are the carpooling that we're talking about.
We should, right? So we should ask them to expand their job and therefore their members, because we can't just impose it on people who are already up with the caravans, to include this project under their tent, as it were.
Well, or we can just say, this is our proposal. Are you willing to do it? To whoever's coordinating whatever carpool or caravan, and somebody take responsibility for it.
Owner of the material, if you could find out what the cost of shipping the weight would be, let me know.
Okay, I will. I'll do that up this week. When I go before magistrate court, though nobody specifically said this, more than likely she's getting sent up to Supreme Court or something like that because some state judge stepped in and purposely overheard the case, so he's out. It's a whole bunch of shenanigans, but I think that there's some time. I don't think like Monday that this place has to be vacated, but if it does, I will make sure to save those bowls.
If you can, that will be awesome.
That's the stuff, man.
You are the boss.
I know. I did a lot of stuff, and this little person has. Anyway, so yeah, I'll be sure and do that, and I'll keep everyone updated at my situation. Fortunate, the Tea Party is very supportive, pretty much around me here, even though I'm far from conservative. And they've gotten me an RV of sorts, and they keep me in internet. So, and point blank, when Mr. Jones gave this to me, he says, "It doesn't matter if you ever go homeless now; you'll still be able to do your work."
Right on.
so at least there's that.
The common ground that you can find when you hold the theme "Together We Rise" is quite remarkable.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's really shocking the people that step up behind me, and it's amazing sometimes. So I'm shocked. I would have never dreamed. I mean, I have a hard time saying Tea Party.
Just imagine it. Just imagine it spelled this way: TPARTI. It makes it so much simpler.
Well, they've gotten used to I think they don't mind being called teabaggers. It sounds friendly for me with this nice southern accent that I can put on when I want to. I can sound just like them, God, how rude was that? I apologize, everyone that's ever spoken to me. I'm really not that shallow. I'm a very deep and genuine person. God, forgive me.
No problem.
Anyway.
Okay, it is 3:40.
Me?
Go ahead.
Sally, I'm just making on the notes in case you or I don't make or anybody else doesn't make the Wednesday call. The two things that I am going to highlight to present to them is that proposal that we passed on how to do things.
Right.
And we're going to do our first effort with the press release.
Yep.
We should have that to vote on at that meeting. And then the other thing was the idea of the material and seeing if the people that are doing or have already volunteered for that group for the outreach in terms of the carpooling or the caravanning would be willing to take on that little project as well, or that idea.
I'm a little concerned about that only because I know, having worked with Chaz toward the end to get the carpool, how intense that can be to ask them to take on the organization of the tent material. I think is asking them if they're willing to carry it totally makes sense.
Well, how about we ask them to ask a volunteer from the carpool to take on that responsibility?
Or someone from the call.
Or somebody from the call. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are because that's what I see as our two action items from this to share with them.
Agreed.
Right.
Yep.
Agreed.
Okay. I'll highlight those in my notes.
All right.
And for sure, get that financial figure to me. You can call me on my number and tell me how much it is, and we'll see what I can do on my end to save that material.
All right, Sally, did you write that number down, and can you email that to me?
Yes, I did, and I will.
Yeah.
Okay.
I trust all of you.
Okay, thank you.
Well, I know that if I write it down I'm on my phone, it's going to end up on the back of a napkin because I'm in the kitchen and.
Okay.
I'm going to call you after this after we're done here. Is that okay?
Yeah, fine.
Cool.
Okay. Is there anything else that we want to accomplish today, or are we thinking we?
Is there anybody else from California on the call?
It's me, Nikki, Bobby, and Julia. Are the only 4 of us here. Daniel was from Oregon, and he's gone.
And Jerry was from New York.
Jerry left early from New York, yes. He
yeah.
dropped off. I should have announced his dropping off, but it was early, and I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Okay,
yeah.
Best of luck, folks, this week.
All right. So thank you all.
And I will try to learn.
So I don't have to turn them on to say goodbye.
All right. I will try to learn how to use those Titan pads.
Okay.
All right.
Take care, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Allie.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Hoorah!
You are currently the only person in this conference.